in our second quarter in English 6. So we're going to talk about the types of informational or factual text. Informational or factual text inform readers on true, facts-based information. This includes a wide range of non-fiction, historical, scientific, or technical texts, including biographies or autobiographies, books about histories, social studies, sciences, and the arts, directions, forms, or information on the map, chart, or maps in digital resources on a range of topics. So class, look at the picture below. Are you familiar with Mount Mayon? It is considered as one of the most active volcanoes in the country. How will you describe the picture view of this volcano in Albar?
A number of factual information may be given or generated about Mount Mayon. Using the given information, you will be able to write a text or paragraph that provides description on the given picture or item. Providing factual descriptions is one of the ways in writing informational or factual text. In this lesson, you are expected to identify the purpose, key structure, and language features of various types of informational or factual text. Learning Task 1. Read President Manuel Alquezan's autobiography taken from his privileged speech delivered in 1933. Then, answer the questions that follow. Do this in your answer sheet or paper.
I was born a poor man, the son of a school teacher in one of the smallest towns in the Philippines, Baler. My father had, besides his salary, a 2-hectare rice land which he cultivated. While I was a boy and during my early youth, my father saved as much as he could from his meager salary and from what he could get from his rice field, only to have a few hundred pesos with which to give me an education. During those Spanish days, a Filipino family could live in a small town on 4 pesos a month and a supply of rice. Thus, did my family live for years. When I was at the age of 5, an aunt of mine started to teach me to read and write. My own father and mother and the priest of the town later gave me my primary. Thus, did my family live for years. When I was at the age of 5, an aunt of mine started to teach me to read and write. My own father and mother and the priest of the town later gave me my primary instruction. At the age of 9, I was brought by my father for education at San Juan de Letran College. First, I lived in the convent of San Francisco serving as a room and mess boy for one priest, receiving no salary except board and room. Then my father moved me to the house of an aunt where for some pesos I room and boarded. The house was located in Paco, too far from the walled city for him who could only use his own feet as a means of transportation. My classes started at 7 o'clock in the morning and I had to get up very early to reach my classes on time. Again, this impaired my health, and the following year, I was taken by my father to San Juan de Letran as an intern. I remained as an intern until I graduated as AB with the highest honors. By this time, the savings of my father had all been spent on my education. He owed money and simply told me that I had to stop my studies unless I could work my way through university education. I came to Manila and spoke to my Dominican professors, who, by this time, had become very fond of me, and told them of my situation. I wanted to be a lawyer, but could not pay for my expenses. They secured a position for me as one of the helpers in the University of Santo Tomas with room and board and free tuition. Thus, I was able to take up the study of law.
Number 1. Are you inspired of his journey in the pursuit of his dream? Number 2. What do you think was his purpose in sharing this part of his life to his audience? Number 3. How did his story affect your personal views about your studies and your dreams? Learning Task 2. Read the statements below. Arrange the sequence of events taken from Quezon's autobiography. In your notebook or answer sheet, write A for the first event, B for the second, and so on. Be guided by the language figures and or signals used in each item. Number 1. His father had spent all his savings for Manuel's education. He told him that he could still study if he could work his way through university education. Number 2. His Dominican professors helped him secure a position as one of the helpers in the University of Santo Tomas, receiving free room and tuition for his law school. Number 3. Next, his own parents and their parish priest gave him his primary instruction. Number 4. Then, at the age of 9, he was brought by his father to Manila, where he had his secondary education at San Juan de Letran College. Number 5. When he was at the age of 5, his aunt taught him to read and write. So class, what do you think is the answer? Can you now arrange the sequences? Good luck! Informational or factual texts are materials that provide significant information or details about a particular person, place, things, event, issue, and the like. They vary in terms of types, signal questions, and signal words. Presented below are the types of informational or factual texts and their purposes, descriptions, signal questions, and signal words. So here is the type. First, sequence. The purpose of sequence is describes or presents statements, events, or items in order and or enumerates procedures or steps in doing something. And here are the key structures. First, what statements, items, events, or steps are listed? Do they happen in this order? Do they also happen in this order? And here are some features, signal words. First, second, next, then, before, after, finally, following, not long for after, now, soon. Information using sequence may be presented using the graphic organizers, timeline, steps, and cycle below. Okay, next. And here is the other types. Description. Purpose describes a person, place, things, idea, or concept by explaining its features and characteristics or by giving examples. And here is the key structures. What specific topic, person, idea, or things is being described? How it is described? How does it look like? How does it work? What does it work do, or etc. What is important to remember about it? And here is the some features or signal words. For instance, such as an example to illustrate characteristics. Information using description may be presented using the graphic organizer concept mapped below. So like that, class. Type, cause, and effect. The purpose refers to what happened, effects, and why it is happened. Cause. The key structures or signal questions: what happened? Why did it happen? What caused it to happen? And here are the sound features or signal words. So, because, since, therefore, if then, this led to, reason why, as a result, may be due to, effect of, consequently, and for this reason. Information using cause and effect may be presented using the graphic organizers below. Comparison and contrast. The purpose shows or presents how two or more things are alike and or different. And here are the key structures or signal questions. What items or things are being compared? In what ways are they alike? In what ways are they different? Here are the sound features or signal words: same as, similar, alike, as well as, not only but also, both, instead of, either, or, on the other hand, different from, as opposed to. Information using comparison and contrast may be presented using the graphic organizer Venn diagram below. Problem and solution. Purpose tells about the problem and possible solutions to it. Key structure or signal questions. What is the problem? Why is this a problem? Is anything being done to try to solve the problem? What can be done to solve the problem? Features or signal words. Question is, dilemma is, the puzzle is, to solve this, one answer is, one reason for the problem is. Information using problem and solution may be presented using the graphic organizers below. Solution and then problem, 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 or problem, solution, solution. Learning Task 3. Read and analyze the text below. Complete the table by identifying the types of text, their purposes, and the signal words used. Do this on your notebook on your answer sheet. Number 1. All crocodilians are reptiles with long snouts, long tails, 4 short legs, tongue, skin, and sharp teeth. Members of the crocodilian family includes alligators, crocodiles, caimans, and gavials. Crocodilians live in warm weather throughout the year and they spend part of their time in the water and part of their time on land. Almost all crocodilians grow to be very large, with the largest more than 20 feet long. There are 2 kinds of alligators, 14 kinds of crocodiles, 8 kinds of caimans, and 1 kind of gavial. So class, what do you think is the type of its text and what is its purpose and what are the signal words? Number 2. Recently, scientists have gained an understanding of a crocodile's reproductive activity. Crocodiles mate in the water where the buoyancy keeps them from crushing each other. Prior to mating, there are stylized postures, jumping, submerged bubble blowing, and snout contact. After mating, hard-shelled eggs are laid in a nest in a whole scoop in the sand. When it is time to hatch, the infant crocodiles begin a loud chirping sound that leads the female to the nest, which she excavates. Finally, when all the babies are accounted for, the mother crocodile transports them to the shallow water where they will remain under adult protection for weeks or months. So class, what do you think is the purpose, type, and the signal word of this text? Number 3. On the river banks of the Nile River, home to some crocodiles, these are many kinds of birds, sometimes called crocodile birds because they are always hopping around crocodiles. The big crocodiles and the birds are useful to each other for several reasons. The birds eat flies and leashes that they find on the crocodile's skin and mouths. In this way, the birds get a good meal and the crocodiles get rid of the leashes and flies. Sometimes, an enemy frightens the birds who scream and fly away. As a result of the noise, the birds give the crocodiles a warning of danger. Number 4. In most parts of the world, there are not as many crocodiles as there used to be. This is a problem because crocodiles are becoming endangered and also crocodiles are necessary to balance the nature. Many crocodiles have died because people dried up the swamps and marshes where our crocodiles live. Poachers have also contributed to the dilemma as crocodiles have been designed for their strong, smooth, leathery skins in order to preserve these mighty creatures. People must take care of crocodiles' environment and help put a stop to the needless shooting of these animals. Number 5. Alligators and crocodiles, along with their relatives, the caimans and the gavials, are very much alike. These crocodilians are reptiles with long snouts, long tails for short legs, toe, skin, and sharp teeth. There are some differences. However, gavials have the longest snout and the most teeth. Some people say that alligators and crocodiles differ in the shape of their snouts and the positioning of their teeth. Zookeepers say that crocodiles move faster than alligators and have nastier dispositions. So class, here is the answer for the learning task 3. Table below. Then, convert the details of the given text into a diagram using appropriate graphic organizers. Do this in your notebook or your answer sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, in case of emergency, take the life jacket which is located under your seat. Put the life jacket over your head and then fasten the jacket tapes around your waist. Do not inflate the jacket until you left the aircraft. The jacket will automatically inflate by pulling a cord, but if not, you can blow into the chip to inflate it. A light is attached to the jacket for attracting attention. The life jacket should be removed only in case of emergency. The use of TV set, AM and FM radios, and radio cassette recorders, Walkman, and any mobile phones are prohibited on board as they interfere and communicate a navigational system. We wish you an enjoyable flight. class, what do you think is the possible title, type of text, purpose, and can you show the graphic organizer of the text? So here is my example answer to the possible title. Safety precautions inside the airplane. Type of text, sequence. Next is the purpose. Describes or presents statements, events, or items in order and/or enumerates procedures or steps in doing something. And here is the example of graphic organizer. So class, you're going to use the timeline organizer. You're just going to put the step on how to use the life jacket. Okay? Good luck! Learning Task 5. Read the text and complete the table below. Then convert the details of the given text into a diagram using appropriate graphic organizer. Do this in your notebook or your answer sheet. Tsunami is a series of waves that are produced by the sudden movement of the seabed. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, underwater landslide, or even an asteroid. But frequently, they are set up by earthquakes occurring at a depth of less than 50 meters, measuring at least 6.5 in magnitude. At a magnitude of 8, a tsunami can be devastating. The sheets of the ocean floor cause water to be folded, lowering the sea level and deforming the surface of the ocean. Seismic waves are produced which in turn trigger another series of waves in deep water far from the epicenter of the earthquake. The tsunami reaches a few thousand centimeters, but its height increases as the bottom of the ocean floor rises. In extreme cases, the waves take on speed of 500 to 800 kilometers per hour when the water is very deep, decreasing in speed to about 20 or 30 kilometers per hour as they approach the coast. The waves can reach heights of up to 30 meters, breaking one after the other at intervals of 10 to 40 minutes, sweeping away everything in their path. Tsunami, which is a Japanese word for harbor wave, occurs mainly in regions of strong tectonic activity. So now class, can you now identify the possible title, type of text, purpose, and show the graphic organizer? Of course you are! So now answer it! So class, here is an example of possible title. Cause and effect of tsunami. Type of text, cause and effect. And here is the purpose. Refers to what happened, effect, and why it happened, cost. Lastly, here is the example of graphic organizer. So class, you're going to read again the text and then find the cause of the text and the effects. So you're going to put it here on the graphic organizer. Learning Task 6. Using any available reading materials at home as sources of various information, read different informational or factual texts that show sequence, description, cause and effect, problem and solution, and comparison and contrast. Then complete the table below. Do this in your notebook. Like this, type of text, sequence, title, purposes, and signal words. Good luck, class! I know that you can do this na kasi you have your own references. You should read a lot of books to answer this. Thank you! For the last activity, paste or draw a picture of your favorite place, then write a 5-sentence paragraph indicating the factual description of your chosen place. Do this in your notebook or your answer sheet. Good luck, class! This is my favorite place, a park, because this is a place where I can play slides, seesaw, and exercise, and to run and run all on the surroundings. I really love this place because this is the place I enjoy playing. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, class, for watching this video. I hope that you learned from it. Goodbye! See you to the next video lesson. I hope that I helped you, class. Bye!